right, shocking piece of information now coming in from the court as Karti Chidambaram's hearing has now begun. We are being told that the CBI has informed the court that Karti spent the night in a cardiac care unit all night at Safdarjung Hospital, even though when he was taken for his medical, he had no ailment, he was perfectly fit. Yet the doctor advised for him to be in CCU, and there is where he spent his entire night. There was no interrogation through the night. In the morning, he was brought to the headquarters of the CBI at 8 a.m., provided food, and then there was only a limited interrogation that could take place. This is absolutely shocking because it's a government hospital where he was taken for his checkup, and despite having no ailment, he was advised by the doctor to spend the night in CCU, and he slept comfortably even though it was only a few hours that the CBI had to interrogate him after they were granted custody for less than a day yesterday by the court. And it seems not just the shock value of this information that has been revealed by the CBI, this will also be used, of course, to argue that they need more time. But let's go across to Aditya Rajkol outside the Patiala House Court. Aditya, this is really shocking. How can a government hospital doctor give such an advice if Karti was perfectly hale and hearty?
They met you inside the North Block. Sir, what do you have to say? Go to court. Sir, they met you in the North Block.
Let me walk. Side. Please wait. Side upside.
One more time, sir.
Next second.
Chidambaram, sir.
Mr. Chidambaram.
We are hearing the question. Sir, what do you have to say about it? Do you feel you have been targeted?
Side
What do you have to say? No response from P. Chidambaram on the Timestamp news break where we access the details of the statement which was given by Indrani Mukherjee, where she said that P. Chidambaram also met Indrani Mukherjee and Peter Mukherjee at the North Block, and later to that they were told to cooperate Karti Chidambaram by the senior Chidambaram in his businesses. P. Chidambaram entering the court. No answers, Swati, so far on the exclusive news break of Timestamp.
All right. P. Chidambaram continues to keep mum as far as the big questions are concerned. Remember, because Indrani and Peter Mukherjee have both said in their individual statements to the magistrate that they held a meeting with him at North Block when he was finance minister and he asked for favors for his son. That was clear quid pro quo being alleged by both Indrani and Peter Mukherjee. And P. Chidambaram continues to remain silent on that. But coming back to what's happening inside court now, as Karti's case comes up for hearing, CBI has actually revealed inside court that Karti was sent to the CCU at Safdarjung Hospital in New Delhi for the entire night, which is why they could not interrogate him sufficiently. And it is bizarre that the doctor there advised this, for him to spend the night inside CCU even though he has no ailment. Was there any connivance involved? Let's listen in though. First, once again, to P. Chidambaram.
Sir, will we all also be in the court? Mr. Chidambaram, Indrani Mukherjee and Peter Mukherjee have said that they have met you inside the North Block. Sir, what do you have to say? Go to court. Mr. Chidambaram.
We are hearing the
Statement to ED by Indrani. You have
All right, P. Chidambaram not really answering any questions there. But what's really going on as far as Karti Chidambaram's one-day custody is concerned is also a big question now. Because the CBI is revealing that they could not interrogate Karti Chidambaram sufficiently because the doctor advised him to be inside the cardiac care unit despite him not having any ailments. So just what happened there? Let's go across to Aishwarya and Aditya maintaining a close vigil outside the court. So Aishwarya, this is very bizarre. Is there connivance of the doctor involved here? If he has no ailment, why would the doctor advise so in a government hospital?
Well, Shivani, at this very point of time, as you were just saying, Karti Chidambaram did not complain of any uneasiness due to medical checkup yesterday night. Dr. Shakil Ahmed, Dr. Shakil Ahmed sent him to a cardiac care unit and he was brought to CBI only at 7 a.m. and this has been stated on record by the ASG, and it has been said, and there is another video of P. Chidambaram, Shivani, coming in if you want to play that first. But yes, it seems as if CBI was extra cautious because one day was nothing for them. They were looking for 15 days and that's exactly, Aditya, what has happened. ASG has once again sought for 14 more days. 14 more days of police custody, of CBI custody, of interrogational custodial interrogation of Karti Chidambaram, because 24 hours or even less than that was just not enough. And they did not want to give even an iota of a space to Karti Chidambaram and his counsel that he will be mistreated with the CBI, by the CBI, and that's exactly why procedure was followed. And as soon as doctor, and we are naming the doctor, Dr. Shakil Ahmed of that very particular Safdarjung hospital, said that he should be kept in a CCU, in a cardiac care unit, CBI did not say no. They say, okay, go ahead, because one day something...
They're abided by the rules, but the question that goes out to Aishwarya is that one understands that he does not have any kind of ailment. Yeah. He was hale and hearty. Yeah. He was, with that sarcastic smile on his face, that grin on his face. So the question arises, why was he kept there in the cardiac care unit, even though now he has been kept? This further builds the argument of the CBI and the ED that there needs to be further custodial interrogation of Karti Chidambaram, because that is need of the hour, and not just a day, perhaps for 15 days, because they need to corroborate the evidence.
Aditya, and that's not it. Now the CBI, now the ED, and there are multiple organizations and multiple agencies, Shivani, they are saying that the man was destroying evidence when he was overseas. Yesterday, the CBI counsel said he met in a person in a 5-star hotel in Bombay, asked for $1 million bribe. What else do they want? So the agencies, the lawyers are making it a airtight case against Karti Chidambaram, that minimum 15-day custodial inquiry they need to do, because it's not only Delhi. They need to take him to Bombay. They need to take him to 2 more different locations. That's what we are being indicated, Aditya and Shivani, that Karti Chidambaram needs to travel with them.
All right, that's important. Chidambaram has reached inside the court. That's what our reporters are breaking. We have multiple reporters who are inside and outside the court, keeping us ahead on the story. But it's a big development. Not just Nalini Chidambaram, but father of Karti Chidambaram, right. P. Chidambaram, the former finance minister, has also reached. He was at a key strategy meeting before this with Abhishek Manu Singhvi. Let's remember, there's a strong battery of lawyers headed by lead counsel Abhishek Manu Singhvi.
Aditya, if you could just break, Shivani, latest coming in from the courtroom, our legal editor bringing in that Tushar Mehta is saying that Karti met a person in hotel to discuss FIPB approval once again, which we were just stating was stated yesterday by the CBI counsel. It's being reiterated by the ASG that this man in custody, Karti Chidambaram, who is looking for bail, who's looking to ditch the police custodial inquiry, met someone. He is not naming Indrani, but we know what's mentioned there. Right. So yes, he is not naming, but he is categorically stating that he met a person in hotel, and he goes ahead and says, Tushar Mehta, ASG, CBI's lawyer, says, we have emails which are corroborating. They are statement recovered from Karti. He hands over the chart, and I'm just mentioning it as it's happened. He says that Indrani and Peter met Karti. And that in itself, the ASG has mentioned it. They say they have emails, they have data, they have more logistical evidence to prove that Karti met them in a hotel, and more evidence of this sort that Indrani and Peter, Aditya, met Karti together as well. So there's far more than it meets the eye right now, and once again reiterates that we need 14-day more custodial inquiry of Karti Chidambaram, and this is happening as we speak. ASG Tushar Mehta stating Karti Chidambaram met a lady he is not naming in a hotel to particularly discuss FIPB approval. He goes ahead in the second line and says that Indrani and Peter then together met Karti Chidambaram. And we've already seen, Aditya, that how ED is looking for a joint interrogation, Shivani, of Karti Chidambaram and his CA, Mr. Raman. So this is in itself damning evidence against Karti Chidambaram. It's going to be very difficult for his counsel to come against this and look for a bail to look. Yes.
It's basically a confessional statement, the 164 CRPC confessional statement of Indrani and Peter that's been quoted inside by Tushar Mehta. And it's important because that is the lead that the CBI has, and they are saying that they have incriminating evidence in the form of email that corroborates that meeting, that gives detail of how Karti Chidambaram was in touch with Indrani and Peter, and that gives out the truth of that picture, and they need to corroborate the evidence further.
Aditya. And there's more breaking news coming in, and now it's inside the court. Now it's from the Chidambaram's counsel. This time it's coming in, and on the point that why he was kept in in that hospital, Karti's counsel is saying, my client was kept in general ward from 11 p.m. yesterday till 7 a.m. today morning. He did not complain of any uneasiness. Doctor took a call. We had nothing to do with it. Doctor himself kept him there. And that's Karti Chidambaram's counsel stating that he was kept in a general ward. But Karti Chidambaram nor his counsel had made no request. So this is happening as we are getting you this. So yes, it's a counter coming in from Karti Chidambaram's counsel, Aditya, that they had nothing to do with it. Yes, to keep him in the hospital. But yes, once again, damning evidence now. And as you just said, that statement under 164 IPC of Indrani, which states that she not only met Karti, but also P. Chidambaram, is also going to be damning for not only Karti, but also the former finance minister, who's also inside the courtroom, father of Karti Chidambaram, because it's there where the buck stops. Karti is only step number one, Aditya, because it was then finance minister who took the call. He had all the powers, and it has been stated by Karti Chidambaram himself in front of the ED, in front of the CBI, that he had no powers. All powers vested only with P. Chidambaram. Aditya.
There's some more breaking news coming in. There's further attack by the CBI against Karti Chidambaram. The news seems to be tightening. Tushar Mehta, in fact, has stated inside the court that they have evidence. CBI, in fact, has evidence of money, in fact, being received in this particular INX media case. It also says that the CBI case against Karti is a web of companies. And in fact, this is only the tip of the iceberg. Remember, these are the words and the arguments that are spoken inside the court right now. Thick and fast action inside the court. The arguments from Tushar Mehta and, Karti has been evasive continuously. That's what Tushar Mehta is saying. He's also saying that Karti's custodial interrogation is needed to unravel where money went. So the entire chain has to be built, Aishwarya, and so that's why the custodial interrogation is important.
Aditya, they are saying they know the money came, when the money came, how the money came. They need this custodial interrogation of Karti Chidambaram to establish where has the money gone now. So the money laundering part also comes into it. And that's where ED will also come into play. So this is going to be far more difficult for Karti Chidambaram and his legal aids to come out of this, because now ASG, the ASG Tushar Mehta himself is stating that we have proved that money exchanged hands, money has been delivered in this case. Where has the money gone or how has the money been used? That is something which we need to identify, and for that we need custodial interrogation of Karti Chidambaram. But the ASG himself, Shivani, is stating that they have proof, government has the proof, CBI has the proof that money was exchanged in this scam, in this INX media case, and that in itself is very important. And now CBI sources questioning of Chidambaram can be the next step, and that's the breaking by our editor-in-chief, Shivani. That's a massive breaking coming in from Arnab Goswami himself, that questioning of Chidambaram can be the next step. The finance minister who's inside the courtroom, Aditya, right now, his questioning can be the next step, and that in itself is a massive, massive blow to Karti and P. Chidambaram and to the Congress party, who has been backing its finance minister and then Karti Chidambaram. One of their tallest leaders, one of the closest aide to Rahul Gandhi, the Congress president, can be questioned by CBI in this very case next, who's mentioned in the FIR on page number 3. And that's the breaking coming in from our editor-in-chief, Arnab Goswami. Shivani.